Hey guys, how are you? So what I want to talk about today is the psychology of taking action. And so what I believe is that we have an internal clock, a register, and that is always constantly telling us basically that we have to do something. It's a calling. And I believe we were given a unique blueprint, a unique identity, a calling, even before we existed. And the worst case, probably as we existed. So we have this internal drive within us that is always calling us, telling us that we have to do something. And we get frustrated. We get frustrated because while we want to do something, we don't take action, we don't do it. And this is what I think is the difference between us, human beings, and all the rest of living creation that exists out there. You see, all things that live apart from human beings have no free will. They basically live on purpose, on point. And the reason for that is because they don't need to think. They don't have free will. And so they just take action. They're on point, on purpose all the time. Whereas us, human beings, we're the opposite. We have free will. And what comes with free will is thinking. And so instead of thinking, we should be taking action. And the thinking that we need to avoid is that when we feel our internal clock, our blueprint, our calling, we should sense it, be aware of it, and then take action on it. And so the action we take is on a moment-to-moment basis. It's not something that is like a long-term goal that we should be feeling in a situation in a way that we're always aligned, we're always consistent with, congruent with that feeling, that internal register, that clock that we have. And if we do that all the time, then we are in a state of what I would call, we're in state of peace, of submission. We're happy, and we're satisfied. We're not unhappy, and that satisfaction, that fulfillment that we have, is what I would call it, is what I call greatness. That our journey is to be consistent with our calling in a moment or on a moment-to-moment basis, and that is what I call greatness. And so we have to take action, and what I would suggest is exercise. Now, when I say exercise, I specifically mean jogging. That we should do something that is not related to the action or the big picture we're trying to achieve, but we should try and do things that we can have wins on easily. And the most easy, or the easiest thing that we can do, is exercise. So what I mean by that is jogging, and what I mean by that is all we have to do is get out of the house, out of the front door, and literally start running. So there's no excuses really, and the excuses, if we have, they're related to we don't have our jogging shoes on, or we don't have our clothes for running on. And so what we have to do is remove those obstacles. And the reason I say we should do jogging as a means of taking action is because I believe the prerequisite to physical health, although we should be doing jogging for physical health, we also need to be doing it for mental health, because we're frustrated, we are unhappy with ourselves because we're not taking action, and we need to be able to release that frustration, take out that unhappiness, that discontent, and we do that by exercising, by running, because it's so simple. You just walk outside the door and you can start getting into it. And the point is, when you take that action, it's a sense of achievement. So what we're trying to do is take small steps, baby steps, to enact achievement. And basically that's what we want to be doing. We want to be progressing. And as we progress, we start feeling better. But I recommend at least a 20-minute jog 17 to 20 minutes where you're actually sweating, because when you sweat, that's nature's system, that's its way of releasing the frustration that you have, releasing the stress that you're carrying, because when you start sweating, you start releasing endorphins, and they make you feel good. It's called the runner's high. And so you get a reward for the effort that you put in, and then that reward you want to do again and again and again. So you keep doing the exercise, and so you get into a really good mental state. And even before that, if you want to make a quick win before the jogging, is you should do prayers, like connect with the higher power and show gratitude, give gratitude for your own existence, that you're here, you're alive, you're experiencing, you're enjoying life, you've been given the sun, the light, the wind, oxygen, and you're you're experiencing, you're conscious. So these are some of the things I think we need to do to be able to take action. And so my recommendation is get into a routine that is not related to the goals and the frustrations that you have as to why you're feeling frustrated. Get into a routine of doing just jogging. And so when you're frustrated by something else, you can take it out through the jog, get the achievement in the jog, and feel better about yourself, and then be in a solid position to be able to take action on the thing that you're frustrated about. So it's all physiological, biological, emotional, and I'm trying to give you basically a tool, a methodology of getting out of being stuck, getting out of frustration, and having a psychology for taking action.